All right, yeah.
I'll see you guys
We
later.
wish you the best of luck. See how this goes. Hey, what's up, Foxy? Oh, well, fuck. Man, Foxy just want to pop into the room like it's cool, and then immediately pop out without saying a damn thing.
All right, so looking at the ranks here of these players, we have what is that? Two diamonds, two
Uh,
diamonds on team one, and one diamond on team two, and then one plat and two gold, and they have two plats or three plats and one gold. So I think the elo advantage definitely goes to team one here, but it usually doesn't matter too much.
eh. Yeah, I mean, the two golds that Team 1 has is gold 4 and gold 5, while the only gold that Team 2 has is Xeno, who's gold 1. So it's kind of like a borderline or 4 plats, 1 diamond compared to the 2 diamonds, 2 lower golds, and then a plat.
Yeah.
Because I mean, gold 1 and plat 5 are just so close. So it's like Twerking Bear and Xena kind of nullify each other out. And then Team 1 still has that gold 5 and gold 4. Like, I don't know. I think Team 2 honestly has the overall ELO advantage just off of sheer average.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that plays in this game here.
Oh, hold on. P aggro. Oh, God. Delay after delay. I wonder if this is going to end up being a 2 out of 3. I kind of hope not, to be honest. Because, well, actually, you know what? If the game is close enough where it's like one of those games where one team ends up winning just because of a good team fight when it looked like the other, like a major upset, then I could see a 2 out of 5 being a valid choice. But if it's just a shit show, complete stomp fest for either team, this better just be one game because I don't think we want to see more than one fucking stomp.
I don't think any of these games are best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5.
Well, from what I've been told, the way it works is basically if the tournament doesn't take too long, then the head organizer, which tonight is Fellfire, has the option to make it 2 out of 3 on the spot. But I
But
don't know.
that should be decided before the game. That would be totally unfair if for one team say, "Oh yeah, we won the tournament." Oh wait, it's best 2 out of 3. What? That's totally not
Uh,
fair.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're this far. You're gonna play the game afterwards.
All right, so seems we'll be hopping into picks and bans here shortly.
Alright, so it looks like the readies are out of the way, and so the banning phase begins. Looks like they haven't connected yet, but that's kind of weird. I think they would, by now at least.
So the Rise band coming in, and both teams have played Rise tonight. It's still I'm surprised. It's honestly, I mean, I guess if a team wants to play it, I think it's pick band like in almost every game so far. The Zier band coming out for I believe it was Exodia that played it last game. Had a very good poor lane, but very good overall game with them.
That she did. That she did.
The support for Red Team here, Xena Discord, has played Leona the past 2 matches, so that's a definite target ban going on her. And
just to make you aware, it's coming straight from Fellfire. If we only have 8 teams, it will be best of 3 most likely. So we might be having to sit here for 3 full games or 2 to 3 games. So, oh, the Malphite ban. Honestly, I would have given the Renekton a little bit more respect than the Malphite.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting ban coming over from purple team there, or red team rather. But again, we see Lee Sin and Jarvan both banned, and he's about to go out defaulting into this Kha'Zix again, which is pretty much been good for him all night.
Yeah, it seems like his comfort picks. It's I think his first comfort pick is Lee Sin. I could be wrong, but Kha'Zix being his second reliable go-to champion, with his third being that Wukong. Ooh, the Rammus jungle first pick. Is this gonna be true? See, we haven't really seen any first pick Lucians yet, so this will be interesting. Well, I guess second pick would be a more accurate term.
Right, but he does switch from Rammus to Vi, and the Lucian pick is locked in. At least, at least on my screen it is. It might not be.
No, it's Vi. Vi ends up being picked alongside the Lucian. I don't know if you said Rammus or Lucian.
That switch from Rammus to Vi.
Oh, Fellfire corrected me. I guess he's watching the stream. Hello, Fellfire. We had 10 teams today, so there will not be a best of 3. This will be a single elimination.
All right. Well, like I said, I think if it was would have been a best of 3, it would have been decided before the game. And I mean, I don't. They probably wouldn't mention that in chat anyway. But it didn't seem like anyone knew that it was going to be that. So the Morgana Corki hover for this blue team bot lane. Morgana always a safe pick. Not the most synergy with Corki, but we'll be fine, especially against Lucian. If you land the Q on with Morgana, it makes it really easy if Corki land his abilities. That ends up being locked in. One thing I'm really surprised in seeing is, especially with how much maybe it's just my style of support, is that no support takes Ignite. It's all exhaust for all these supports all game or all night.
Well, um, the Corki against Lucian, not to really completely separate from what you were talking about the supports, but Corki against Lucian. Now I've played the Lucian into a Corki matchup before, and it does not matter. Like if that, unless that Lucian is literally like 10-0 or something. Once that Corki gets his Triforce, he out trades the living hell out of that Lucian.
Right. Before that though, in the laning phase, if Lucian dodges the Corki Phosphorus Bomb, there's really no way a Corki can out trade a Lucian. But so it's really kind of all on the Corki to keep an eye on Lucian's relentless pursuit to know when it's up and when to shoot out that Q. The Nami lock-in also very good pick into Morgana for the purple team here. Also the Aurelia lock-in very strong pick for Froggy Fresh there.
If I remember correctly, we actually went against that team. We ended up getting our shit stomped to his Aurelia. Oh, message comes in from Destiny Reaper. Another Renekton game. Might as well look top all game. The shit talk begins.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll switch to teleport this game or if he'll stick with the Ignite trying to snowball that top lane. Aurelia has definitely a lot more potential to sustain an Ignite Renekton than a Riven, and also even if Aurelia dies early, can still maintain her, maybe not, obviously not win her lane, but maintain her lane pressure to be able to get that farm and not be completely zoned by that Renekton. I like the Fizz lock in from blue team here, a very aggressive mid laner. Fizz is one of my personal favorites of the mid lane. I like seeing the aggressive play come out. Also, it looks like Zed hover to answer. Definitely hovering assassins, whether it be Zed or Katarina or maybe another one. But
I mean,
looking
who?
at these team comps here, it's really a tough call. Usually, I think we've done a good job on calling every game tonight based off team comps alone. But this one's really kind of puzzling me here.
I think this game really determines on who wins top lane. Not just like not even remembering. Hold on a second. Um, because if that Aurelia gets huge, there's gonna be nothing stopping her from completely removing Corki from these fights.
Right, but the odds of Aurelia getting that big are not that good, especially with Renekton on the other side with Ignite. It's really going to take some serious misplay from the Renekton or jungle help from red team here. But yeah, I really both teams are kind of like they're both pretty poor in terms of like
Synergy.
sieging. Maybe not synergy because the Vi Katarina combo is pretty strong. Like if they go for the same target, and also Aurelia on the dive. So it's basically looking at it. I guess it kind of comes down to how well Nami protects the solution here because I'm pretty sure Vi, Aurelia, and Katarina are all going in. They're all diving, so that leaves kind of Nami and Lucian to fight against. Probably the Kha'Zix and Fizz will be diving, maybe even Renekton. It'll be very interesting to see. This is a very tough game to call and pick some bans anyway. It is the ignite for Renekton to the teleport of Aurelia.
So it looks like Renekton is going for another steamroll lane.
It'll be really like I said. The last time he went ignite, he did go against a Riven who also had ignite. So all he had to do was basically outplay the other ignite. In this lane, the Aurelia without ignite is not looking to kill this Renekton early. So it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot harder for the Renekton to get up in there and really get the damage down to get that kill with the ignite. Look at mid lane. I mean, I think Fizz definitely has the advantage here because in most matchups, Fizz kind of he really gets pushed out really early, and it's really how well you can farm with him until you pick up like that double Doran's ring, Sheen, and that's usually when he hits his power spike ready to go in. But Katarina is also very weak early, so this bodes well for Fizz in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
I definitely see like solo lane wise, the Fizz and Renekton having the advantage in my opinion.
right, right. It also Katarina has to be standing still for her ultimate to go off. So as long as Fizz doesn't like try and do something ridiculous with his ultimate, if he just waits for Katarina ultimate, it'll be so easy to land his fish. And then Katarina will be slowed and displaced. It's just this. I totally agree with you that blue team solo laners have the advantage here, but at the same time, I think purple team solo laners would be better in a team fight.
I mean, we're gonna find out in just a minute away on who decides to make who their bitch in lane.
One thing I do need to point out is I don't play Katarina a lot, but when I used to play her, there's a huge difference between like basically with Katarina. In my opinion, the only two viable like starting items you see a lot of Katarinas picking haunting guys first item, which isn't bad, but that's not like your first major item. It's kind of like a mini item. It gives you that magic pen, and health. It's a pretty good item. But the first major item you want as Katarina is either going to be Deathfire Grasp or Zonia's, because both items give you a ton of ability power to do what Katarina does. The Deathfire Grasp is especially good for getting that first kill to get your resets in, and the Zonia's is also really good because you go in, you do your damage, and when they focus on you, instantly Zonia's. So I mean, I personally am a fan of the DFG just because the sheer burst she brings. It's easy to delete somebody, but the Zonia's is also not a bad first buy. We'll see. We'll see what build route she takes this game. Also, I've seen a lot of fizzes lately Very interestingly, they'll get the Sheen as a first item and then completely abandon it and go for something like Death Cap or DFG, which the Sheen when you first get it is a really really good item. The his Q procs on hit, which is the Sheen passive. He gets you a really nice power spike, but that's only like the first 15 minutes. After the 25-30 minute marker, if you still have that Sheen and do not have the Lich Bane, it pretty much is doing nothing for you.
Yeah, because at that point you have such a low amount of AD, but your AP is starting to skyrocket. But what is the Shin going to do for you if it doesn't scale off of it?
Right, right. So that's what I'm saying. The last Fizz we saw, he got the Sheen, was doing fine, and then for some reason completely abandoned the Sheen for a DFG, and then his damage dropped off dramatically. You saw, I believe it was he landed his ultimate on the enemy AD carry, which was Tristana, and Tristana just used Summoner Heal and the Orianna Shield. Even with DFG, Fizz landed every ability, and the Tristana didn't even go below half health.
I think I do remember what you were talking about actually. Because wasn't it the same game where the Gragas was double dipping?
Yeah, he didn't double dip too hard or anything, but I mean, he was just like the Gragas was like 6 or 7K gold behind his lane opponent.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at skins real quick. You got 4 skins on blue team
Team
and
5 skin.
five skin on red team here.
Looks like red team is going to have the slight advantage on skins, but I mean we all know skins don't actually add anything unless you have sunglasses against Leona and that one damage saves your life.
Hidden stats.
Did you know that
Oh, really?
Zyra and Zombie Brand get an additional, I believe it is 3 gold from killing each other?
I know the Zyra and Scion have that, like, I think it's an extra 1 gold because the whole Plants vs. Zombies. I didn't know it worked out with a Zombie Brand. I would imagine it'll also work with Zombie Rise then.
I believe it does. I'm not 100% sure though.
But Scion, being the original zombie, usually had that little hidden interaction between those two. But I really think for blue team's success here, it really is gonna go down to their jungler. He's been their most consistent player all night, and if he struggles this game, I really don't see how blue team's gonna pull this out. But that's not something to count on. This player is really good and has shown time and time again. But we'll see how these games go as they jump on the rift here. See if anyone's looking for any level 1 shenanigans.
Well, it looks like both teams are rushing straight down middle, except Katarina is a little slow. Seems like she may or may not have forgotten something.
Well, it was a pretty long load time, so it was easy to, you know, get out of your computer and go do something. But red team looks to be, waddling around mid, 4 strong, and Morgana lands the Q. And I think was it Kha'Zix also take his W there?
Yes, he did.
Lay down. Lucian looking to recall early.
Oh,
Does do
almost gets stopped by the Kha'Zix W.
Nami does spot out this blue side trinket ward as they go to sweep and Morgana landing the Q. Sets up easy for another Kha'Zix W. Corki, I believe, whiffing the phosphorus bomb there in between 3 people. Different kind of field goal there.
Looks like Aurelia and Renekton have gone top lane. They're just not having any hands in the bottom lane shenanigans.
Nothing really jumping out at me here. Pretty much normal buys. Aurelia really showing that has no intention of doing anything in this lane. Going cloth 5, cloth armor and 5 health potions to the Doran's blade and health potion of Renekton. Fizz with the flask and Katarina with the boots. Both standard starts for those champions, and both supports electing to go with extra pots instead of wards. So we'll see how this affects the game early. As both junglers start on the bot side of the map here. As both bottom lanes looking to be getting the lane around the same time.
Looks like Renekton is going to be trying to push for that early level 2 while Aurelia is trying to play a little passive. Remember, she may know about that Renekton slaughter that he did create, begin, and end with.
Yeah, Renekton also taking the Q, using it on Aurelia to harass will passively push that minion wave, because we'll always hit those minions with the Q also.
By the way, this is the finals match, so if anyone you see as the MVP of this game, be sure to drop it into the stream chat. I'll try to do my best to keep a accurate count of it, and whoever wins will be labeled the MVP of the tournament.
Right, so Aurelia playing this matchup exactly how she planned, letting Renekton shove her all the way into turret. You know, the Siesli looking bad, but it was 12-1. But Aurelia taking hopefully the Blade Surge level 2 she does, easy to farm under turret. Sees a good opportunity to trade back damage on the Renekton and takes it. Does a really nice job in that lane, trading that damage back on the Renekton. But Renekton's Q also heals him up, so in the long run, it seems to be better for Renekton. Nami also positioning herself aggressively in the bot lane, knowing that she could heal up with the ebb and flow, I believe. Kha'Zix's looking to get his Ignite Renekton going, sneakily in the bush gank for top. Vi also around, but doesn't really know if Kha'Zix is there.
Looks like mid lane, Katarina's feeling a little aggressive. Fizz almost taking a turret shot, getting a pretty nice E to save himself the damage. Morgana trying to get aggressive with the Q, ends up missing, spell shielding the Corki, when in reality it was her that was the one about to get CC'd.
Right, this Fizz, knowing that Katarina has 4 health pots, is kind of basically giving up on her doing any harass on this Katarina, just saying, I'm here to get my farm, I don't really care what you're doing. And so the Katarina taking that opportunity to go aggressive on this Fizz, putting some pressure on him.
What do you think about the, the cloak? Wait, blonde moment. I need to fix the champions in my, spectator mode, because I was about to ask what was your opinion on Katarina starting cloak, or cloth armor, but she did not. Looks like Katarina is trying to escape right now after getting ganked, kind of low on health. Looks like bottom lane is coming to try and save her.
Right, Renekton trying to dive that Aurelia, knowing that he has the Ignite.
The down and dirty pincer ends up having to blow the flash. Still taking out the fish, baking her for dinner. It looks like Lucian, instead of getting away, is going to try and... Oh, the flash ends up... Kha'Zix barely lives. Looks like Corki's going to walk away with a triple kill. This game's going pretty interesting.
Morgana on that Vi there. Saw Vi charging the Q, knowing their two were very low health. Doing also a good job landing the Q to secure the kill for the Kha'Zix there. Ends up being a 4-for-0 for blue team there, all in all. Because the Fizz did force the Katarina down there with low health. That's how that all started. But in the top lane for first blood, by the way, Renekton with the Ignite tried to tower dive the Aurelia with the slice and dice, trying to get in and out. Does end up dying to tower for first blood. But Aurelia, I guess trying to get the minions, kind of stupidly dying to the minions there after the Renekton die. Had no reason to stick around. You know, you have flash that Renekton has Ignite. Get out of there, you got the first blood, but ends up giving a kill back to Renekton by dying to minions. That was a very good fight bot lane for this blue team, picking up 4 kills for nothing. Gotta be, you know, pretty good on their minds there, getting that nice early lead for their team. Especially Corki picking up a triple kill, that is huge. Fizz using his playful trickster so early that makes it easy for Vi to land her Vault Breaker on him, taking a lot more damage than he would like from that gank.
So far, it's 5-1. There's already an almost 2k gold lead. Looks like this game might be a stomp. I mean, it could always go either way, to be honest.
Right, it's still really early to call which way it's going to go. But that definitely relieves a lot of pressure from this blue team. Vi coming back mid, knowing that Fizz uses Playful Trickster to farm that wave. Does a good job landing the Vault Breaker, but Fizz positions himself smartly and Qs right through the Vi to get back to his turret. Renekton down a level, still initiating trades on this Aurelia. Yeah, that goes as Corki looks to get aggressive with the Black Shield on. Look at that early phase for Corki. He's making him his phosphorus bombs hurt pretty bad. Morgana barely missing the Q, looking to get aggressive here. With the Tide Caller's blessing on Lucian, though, the double shots hurt pretty bad. The exhaust kind of comes out for no real reason. As Nami gets another aggressive trade on Corki. He's low. He's recalling now. So Fizz landing the ultimate on Katarina. Queuing after an auto attack and then kind of whiffing his playful trickster there. I don't know what he was. Blame lag, I suppose. Nami clearing out the pink ward that Morgana placed there. And the tri-bush there in bot lane. Looking at CS, Renekton has about a 10 CS lead on this Aurelia. Kill a piece. Aurelia, after going so passive with the cloth 5-star, picked up double Doran's blades on her first back after getting that first blood on the Renekton. Renekton going for pickaxe, probably going for another Tiamat, I would assume. Aurelia missing the Q on that minion is going to make farming the rest of this very difficult with that Q being on cooldown. Looking at the junglers, pretty standard. Kha'Zix picking up, a kill and 3 assists. Definitely has an advantage on the Vi, getting 2 long swords for that. Fizz picking up the Sheen. Really interestingly for Fizz, no Doran's rings coming out. Looking straight for
that Lich Bane.
Right.
Nami with the all chat, fix your Gatling gun.
It might be like going off constantly on his screen. Nice dark binding by Morgana. Making Corki easy to land the Q. Nami there with I believe it's ebb and flow to heal him back up a little bit though. Corki not being level 6 can't totally combo his abilities yet. Both bot laners popping level 6. Kha'Zix back in the same spot in this top side brush. He spent a lot of time there earlier, but to no avail. Aurelia knowing the equilibrium strikes down. Kha'Zix does jump in. Vi's there for the counter gank on this Renekton, and Renekton instantly pops his ult so Vi doesn't assault and battery him in any way. We'll see what happens in this top lane. Very interesting 2v2 here.
Looks like it's pretty much 2 ladies versus 2 animals. It's a question of whether or not they're going to be raped by another species or not.
They're definitely waiting for that Renekton ultimate to go off. The very nice dueling from the blue team here. The Ignite going off on the Aurelia, so even though she flashed away, they knew she was going to fall, so they instantly turned to Vi to kill her for the easy 2 for 0.
I don't know if you looked middle lane as Fizz got that kill, but he ended up baiting in the Katarina by using his trickster a little early. And Katarina just didn't respect it to the point where she had to flash, and it just wasn't enough.
Right, Fizz went aggressive on the Katarina. Katarina saw an opportunity to go aggressive. Her ultimate didn't do as much damage as she would like, so she instantly flashes away. Fizz, seeing how low Katarina was, instantly flashed after. Really nice damage from the blue side bot lane here on the solution, getting very low, forcing him to recall. You gotta admit that I've done a really good job in this lane, staying even with the Corki after picking up that triple kill in that early fight.
Yeah, I mean, they have the exactly the same CS, except Lucian's already halfway on his way back, while Corki pushed the lane, so Vi ends up having to clear bottom lane so that the CS doesn't go to waste. But looking at the gold differences right now, Lucian has 3k to Corki's 4k, whole 1,000 gold lead. I mean, which is to be expected with the 3 kills and assists.
Looking back at the mid lane, I don't know if this is a mistake from Fizz or if he's going to go for a completely item altogether, as Renekton seems to be kind of get caught in a bad place. Nice slice and dice or whatever, slice away from the Nami bubbles. He pops his ult looking to give aggressive, nice damage from his Call to Meek and Tiamat active.
Looks like Renekton is just looking to make this a steamroll yet again. 9-1 now.
Absolutely, blue team looking in good place.
The flash forward by Renekton. He's currently surrounded by 3 people. This does not look like it's gonna go good for him in any way, shape, or form.
Right, he misses the slice, so he doesn't get the dice. Katarina does pick up the kill. She does a reset setup, but she did use it.
Looks like Corki is gonna pick up the kill and try to get the bomb, but instead, Kha'Zix end up cleaning it up rather thoroughly. Fizz coming afterwards as an aftermark to, if anything.
Very interesting, Aurelia choosing not to teleport at any point during all that, letting the Renekton just use his Tiamat advantage to put so much pressure on the red team here.
And not only are they going to have a borderline ace, if not an ace. No, they did not get an ace, excuse me. But they got a dragon as well, while top tower has a speck of health left.
Right, so they are going to trade this top tower for the dragon, but that was another 4-0 for this blue team. This game, 7k goal lead is very dangerous of becoming a
Renekton did die, so it was 4-1.
Okay.
They doubled their kills, so I felt like it was worth mentioning.
Right, but my point I was trying to make before that broke out with this Fizz is I don't know if this is if the Fizz is going for building the Sheen and then going for a different item altogether, or if he just forgot that they changed the recipe for Lichbane. But Blasting Wand does not build in the Lichbane. I believe it's Spirit Wisp is the name of the item with the Sheen that goes in Lichbane.
Something like that.
Right, so this Fizz is looking to go Sheen into either Void Staff or hell, maybe Death Cap. I don't really know. We need to keep an eye on his build to see what he's doing with that. Because I have done that. I have bought a Blasting Wand after Sheen thinking that it was. Renekton landing the slice on the minions, knowing he'll have the dice, waiting for the Katarina to use Shumpo. Very good job. The Fizz passive dot is not going to be enough to kill Katarina, so Renekton might be out an assist here. Now Fizz does catch up and get it. Good job of this Renekton roaming, even though he doesn't have teleport, to just create this huge advantage for his team. We're gonna land the Dark Binding on the Nami. Corki landing everything, putting a lot of damage down her. Renekton with another roam with this Kha'Zix. Renekton's making the plays everywhere.
Irelia finally showing up, but just a little bit too late at this point. Ends up giving up on the tower.
Absolutely.
Looks like bottom tower is gonna fall on red side as well. They end up giving it up. The exhaust goes on to Corki, but they still just keep running away. Oh, the flash Q did not land. After whiffing most of it, still gets the kill. Almost a double kill there, depending on how much they were willing to risk.
Right, nice job of Morgana by staying in range for the Soul Shackles for the entirety to get the second stun off. Just missing that Dark Binding on the Katarina, but puts the Black Shield over Renekton, says, "Go Crocodile, go! You're huge." Vi coming in with the Assault and Battery, but she's so low it's not gonna matter. They do pick up Corki, but this Kha'Zix Renekton tag team here is not going to be denied as they finish off Aurelia. And this game, 17-3, is now nearly unwinnable for red team here.
And to think, like 17-3, but it's still only a 9k gold lead right now. That's the craziest part.
Right, but 15 minutes in, 9k is enormous. Like 10 minutes in the game, if it's still or 10 minutes later, if it's still 9 minutes, it won't be that big of a deal. But at this point, that is massive. When you have a gold lead that is big enough for the amount of minutes in the game, that's how you know it is a complete stomp. It being 11k gold lead, 15 minutes in the game is, yeah, it's pretty much GG at this point. It's just going through the numbers, taking all the objectives. Aurelia doing a nice job teleporting the backside, picking up the Morgana. Looks like he'll pick up the Kha'Zix too. Kha'Zix using a good job with that Hex Drinker and his ult to do what he can. With the W heal, Aurelia does pick up two, but Fizz does end up finishing off the Aurelia here.
Now this Aurelia has 4 kills. It looks like she's gonna try to somehow carry, even though she lost her lane pretty handily, based on how much more impact Renekton has had on his team.
Right, but I really think what so looking at it 22-6, if you're going to be optimistic about red team's chances here, what I really think kind of kills it is the fact that the Aurelia does have 4 kills, but choosing to go for the Ninja Tabby over the Merc Treads, with Corki being a really heavy magic damage based AD with the Dark Binding and the Fizz. I really think Merc Treads would have been the better buy here.
What do you think about that early Thornmail from on Renekton? Oh, it looks like Vi is gonna end up falling to Morgana as well. Oh, she ends up getting away, but Corki just ain't having none of that. W's in, ends up really outplaying himself, but Daddy Crocodile there, ready to save the day.
Right, that Thornmail buy just gives him all the armor he'll need for probably the entirety of this game. I mean, it looks like he has the Kindle Gem. He'll look like he'll be going into Spirit Visage after this. We'll see. But, I mean, Basically, it just shows how big it is. It makes it easy for him to tank towers. Lucian, Aurelia cannot attack him. It is just Crocodile is huge, and he's doing a really good job at sharing his advantage with the whole team. Talk about the Katarina, either going DFG or Zonia's first. Does get the haunting guys like I talked about, but also picking up the Seeker, showing that she'll, usually when you're behind, you do go Zonia's first. It's a smart pickup by her. Even though this game is
looking at the items on Fizz, ends up getting a needlessly large rod, and then the Aether Wisp, instead of completing at least one item. Looks like the alligator might be falling down. Yes, he does. He finally gets taken out once again. Katarina standing in front of this Morgana like, you know what? You're staying here, and you're going to die too. We're going to make this comeback, and they're going to love it.
Right, so good job by Red Team here by picking up a couple kills here in scraps. But even though they did pick up 2 kills, Blue Team got 2 towers.
And Kha'Zix and Corki. Kha'Zix
Blue Team about to take their 3rd tower, which is going to be an inhibitor tower. Go ahead.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say. Fizz ends up picking up the kill on top to kill Vi, becoming godlike. 7-0-2 Fizz. So, I mean, while we may not agree with his item choice, it's working for him.
Absolutely. With this team being up 13k, 18 minutes in the game, it really doesn't matter as long as he has some form of ability power.
The Fizz currently has 1.2k, so he could go back right now and get... I do not remember how much it costs to get the upgrade to Lich Bane, but he could definitely get either or at this point.
I believe it's 600 after you have both items.
That masterful, playful trickster to dodge the Q from Vi. Vi ends up getting taken out by the support. Fizz walking around away with like 100 health after having yet to die. Currently at 25 CS and 4k lead on this Katarina.
After getting that mid lane inhibitor and also baiting the Vi into yet another death, now the Vi's 1-9, just really having a rough game. Also looking to go Trinity Force after Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Very interesting item choice for Vi here.
Yeah, you'd think that she would have realized, after like the 4th death that, I need to get tanky.
Absolutely, but choosing to still go offensive. Maybe, just playing their style with Aurelia and Katarina saying, no matter how many deaths, we're still going, all in here. And it being the finals, you don't just want to, roll over. You want to do as well as you can. So we'll see how the rest of this game ends up. Morgana, 1, 2, and 14, absolutely huge, looking to just start anything for her team. Nice Dark Binding on the Nami. You see the max range Dark Binding, the Nami just stood there for basically 5 minutes.
Like, she was being threatened with Lever Buster at that point.
Nice Shumpo to a Warbuzz Katarina, but the Kha'Zix is so big, also forcing the flash out. Kha'Zix also having Tiamat with that Renekton, coming out huge. Flashes are the only thing saving Red Team here from any deaths, but they do still end up picking up 2.
Looks like this might be game with 2 supers. Renekton already showing he is not scared to dive by any means of the word.
Absolutely, 20 minutes in the game, they're diving.
Oh, Fizz's first death. One Nexus tower down. Super's doing it while everybody else just cleans up. This looks like it may be game, folks.
Absolutely, if the GGs aren't coming out, they should come out soon. There's a couple right there. There they come out. As the Nexus is about to fall, 32 kills to 10, 20 minutes in the game. Complete dominant performance by this Blue Team as they end up winning the tournament here today. So congratulations to Blue Team here. It's a bunch of random stuff together, so they don't really have like a team name or anything. But good job for them. We'll hopefully be expecting a lot of RP coming their way soon.
Yeah, 3,200 RP. Probably get it before we do.
That's OP.
Looking at damage dealt. Oh my god, Renekton with the most damage in game, 18k.
Right, even without Ignite, he took his advantage top lane and just roamed around them out. You saw he went bottom with Aurelia staying top. Went to bot lane tower before Aurelia even roamed, which is, you don't really see that. Like, just really good play all around from this Blue Team here.
It seems, looking at damage done, it looks like Fizz scrubbed a lot of kills. I mean, he did his job, don't get me wrong. But nonetheless, it looks like everybody did the damage and he was just there to finish off the kill. Oh,
Right, and we've talked about before, like how assassins in a normal game, they're not gonna have as much damage done, but their damage that they did do was a complete burst.
yeah, apparently the Katarina at the end of the game made the comment that I'm not a mid laner, QQ, as his excuse for the shit show that was mid lane. So, I mean, for the final match, it was a stomp. It seemed like every game was like there might have been a little back and forth near the beginning, but there always reaches a point when it was just a slaughter fest.
Right, not
Absolute
really for
slaughter
sure
fest.
how that exactly works out because you got both these teams running to the tournament. They both make it to the finals on some good winning streaks, having that momentum. It just it really, whether it be maybe they're not on comfortable picks or whatever the reason may be, a lot of these finals do end up being stomps, which is really puzzling.
Yeah, because you'd think that the two teams that had to go through the most games and win all of them would be they're the closest to skill if possible. But I mean, like look at the tournament we were in. We had more trouble in our semifinal match than we did our finals.
Absolutely.
Looking at these scores though, Bao Chikawawa, as we've said, every game he's on, he is the most consistent player on their team. He's personally my vote on MVP of this tournament. 10,
I
1, and
agree.
14 is what he finished as Kazakhs.
I don't know if
Mercy.
Destiny Falls is doing anything with the MVP or if that's just you want to recognize somebody, but I totally agree with that.
Oh, I just want to recognize somebody.
Right, well, I feel like a sack of doo-doo, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off here for tonight.
All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off as well. It's been a great ride, folks. I'm glad we were able to shoutcast and provide you with some entertainment as you sat and watched. Shout out to the following viewers: MK Kick, Death Knight, Sean Lowell, Dynamite 18, I Like to Troll, Iowa Fan 529, Zachayil, I think that's how you pronounce it. Bao Chicka Wow Wow, Philippe, Dusty Chump, and Clean My Pool. It's been a great ride, folks. See you next tournament.